What did you think about your boys' performance last Friday?
Very pleased. It was our best overall game, all three phases at once, particularly offense. We were much more consistent. I think we averaged 10.2 yards per play, 8.8 on the ground, 12.2 in the air. That was pleasing. And good teams, teams that develop into good football teams, find a variety of ways to win or be successful. And you look at week 2 was Chillicothe and some explosive offense just before the half to get that thing to 35-0. Defensive slugfest the next week with Savannah, to Moberly with 2 block punts and a kicking game to give us 2 touchdowns. To last week, I thought Marshall did a really good job. They used the entire 40-second clock each snap. We only had 4 possessions in the first half, just trying to play keep away. And so our guys are right now finding ways to be successful, and very, very pleased with their development thus far.
When a team does that and they want to play keep away, how imperative is it that your offense is successful when they get the ball?
Well, it works hand in hand. The big thing is alleviating pressure. With as fans, sportscasters, coaches, we can't help but compare scores, right? And at 20-0 at the half with Marshall, our kids were in control, but can't say they were tremendously excited. And when you spin it, and you only had the ball 4 times, you scored 3. I had a very poor play call that we ended up with an interception. Had I made a different call, I'm pretty confident we would have scored all 4 of them. Everything's in it. You just got to relax them and keep going. And then it's, how long can you do that once you get into a 2-3 to a 4-score game, from an opponent's perspective. So it's just complementary football. It's figuring out what this game, what the team needs with each segment on any given Friday.
I'm going to do something that I don't like. I don't like to ask yes or no questions because it doesn't really do much for the TV audience when all you say is yes or no. But I have to ask, Hannibal this week, is it safe to say that this is one of, if not the biggest game of the year for the Kirksville Tigers?
How about yes and no? But yes, there's no question. And the reason for that is our football team has put themselves in position to play a meaningful championship caliber football game. And then as you answer that with a yes, they're all big. It's about that continual improvement, and it's a process. It's not outcome based to be a champion or to be successful. And the big picture is we're going to be doing the same thing on Sunday, Monday next week, whether we win or lose. Trying to get better and hopefully make a postseason run as it gets a little bit more important down the stretch.
Hannibal, Kirksville, Hannibal, no secrets between the 2 teams. What does Hannibal do well that you were hoping to stop?
They execute in a nutshell. They're tremendously well coached. Both sides of the football. Their defensive kids really jump out and grab you. They run to the football. They're athletic. They enjoy playing. They know how they fit into each other with their scheme. Offensively, they've always blocked. I'm a Hannibal boy, coached there from 80 through 89. Know them very, very well, and very proud of what they've done, both when I was there and post era. As they've continued to have a lot of football success year in, year out, and it starts with their offensive line. Jason Nolan, I coached their O-line coach. I coached with his daddy, Gerald, so they're tremendously well coached. They play hard, and you got a really good quarterback, good running back. It's really a team that doesn't jump out and grab you with any real weakness. You just got to beat them.
You're not going to take it easy on them because you're from there, right?
We're just trying to extend it and get it into a 4-quarter football game. That won't be easy. I think the last time Kirksville's won this game was 1998. It's not just Kirksville. With the evolution of the North Central Missouri Conference, the NCMC, once Helias and Rockbridge, 2 pretty good football programs, dropped out in the early mid-90s, it's been Hannibal and Hannibal. You can count on one hand through 25, 30 years other teams that have won a league championship. So it has definitely ran through these guys for the last 2.5 decades.
When you think about this upcoming Friday, what do you want to do well?
Not shy away from the moment. simply compete. It's going to have to be one snap at a time. That old adage, Marty Schottenheimer, it's tremendously true. The only play that's important is the next play. That doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. You got to flush it. If it was a bad play, you got to immediately learn from it and then flush it and just move on to the next snap, good or bad. It's going to, for us to play in this game, it'll take 48 minutes of great focus and great effort to stay in the ball game.
You mentioned staying in the ball game. You guys haven't had to really stay in many ball games because it's been such a lopsided score late in the fourth quarter that sometimes you take out your starters. How are you going to be able to get them not only endurance-wise to play a full 48, but also to mentally stay there for 48 minutes?
Well, we got tested pretty good week 3, was it, with Savannah, who's a top 10 team. They're an outstanding 4A football team. That extended us. That took us out of our comfort zone. That was a full 48-minute football game, an old-fashioned defensive struggle, and it's like watching a 1-0 pitching struggle. The pressure with every pitch or the pressure with every play in a football game, the drama just unfolds for the fans in those types of games down the stretch, and that one was no exception. So that one helps us a little bit. Savannah's not as explosive offensively as Hannibal, and they're playing well.
When you think about your defense, only really one score all season long, it seems like. What have they been doing so well that has helped stop these offenses?
Playing with good fundamentals. They're getting lined up. They're getting their eyes right for the run-pass conflict, if you will, determining whether it's run or pass. They're understanding team defense, how I individually fit into Coach Swisher's play call, etc. And we've tackled well, along with running the football. But it's really, when you reduce clutter, really good fundamentals. And there's nothing better than guys understanding their job, trusting you that you understand your job, and everybody consistently doing their job. And from a defensive perspective, there's nothing better. And our guys have done a pretty good job in that area.
You mentioned running the football, and one of your lead backs, Jace Kent, is having a tremendous season. What has he brought to this team this season?
Yeah, he's a goofball. He's a lighthearted guy, and he takes, and I mean that with a tremendous amount of respect. He keeps things light. He's football smart. He's got great football intelligence, FBI from a football coaching cliche. He's a great competitor, and he's a really, really good athlete. He'll definitely play collegiately. No ifs, ands, or buts if that's what he wishes to do when he leaves this place. So we're fortunate to have him. When you have good players like that, you just enjoy him. And he keeps everybody else light, still learns his job. He softens me when I get a little grouchy here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and he's a great teammate.
Last question for you. Going into Friday night, how do the Kirksville Tigers get a win?
Well, it's you've got, once again, those decades of lack of success, not just for Kirksville, but everybody left in NCMC. This isn't just with us. I think it's a belief system, and believing that you can play in this football game. Hopefully we can continue to play good, solid defense against a tremendously explosive offense. It'll be different this Friday than what our guys are accustomed. But we're also pretty good defensively. It's going to be different than what they're accustomed. So something's going to have to bend or break a little bit. Hopefully we can stay in the contest. I keep saying that. I think the confidence level, not the playing ability, it's the belief system and staying in it. And then if we do, the pressure shifts to the other sideline pretty significantly. And then it's just playing loose, having the courage to make a play, not flinching, enjoying the moment. Can't wait to make the big play. Can't wait to watch who makes the big play if we can get to that type of second half ball game.
I lied to you. I have one more. What does it mean, not in terms of like emotionally or things like that, but what does it mean to have this game at home rather than at Hannibal?
I think it's good. I haven't kidded my boss, our athletic director, Sarah Williams, if she was just mad at the football program. They've got Hannibal scheduled as homecoming. And a lot of coaches grouse around about homecoming. I love homecoming. Who doesn't enjoy more fans, added excitement, the way Hannibal traditionally has performed and the way we are performing even adds to that standpoint, no question. So I think it'll be a tremendously great experience and a great environment for young people to have the ability to compete in Friday night here at Spainhour.